can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at.
Let's go. Oh shit! Hold up, my bad. We gotta, man, my bad. We gotta start over. You gotta do those intros again. Yo, it's muted because I meant because I had to mute the intro song. I muted y'all. Fucking figure production. Oh, that might still be. Hold up, Corey. Hold on, Corey. That's saying that's saying Corey.
Yeah, I can hear both of y'all.
All right, now go. So you might as well
Okay,
just
so
start it
before we
all
get
over.
going,
You might
before
as well
we
just
get
start.
going, I am
Sorry,
going
folks.
to
No.
y'all guys put a 1 in the chat real quick if you can hear us. So we want to make sure that you guys can hear us before we get going here. So we'll take and I really do appreciate you guys hanging around with us and joining. We apologize for the technical difficulty, but Wheezy, Hassa, welcome back. Rob Johnson, Chicago Cubs, all right. Tahu Osborne, Jeff Phillips, Wheezy. Okay, we got quite a few people here. So all right, okay, good,
It's
good. You
all
can
good
hear us
now.
now. All right,
So
cool. That's what's up. All right, ones across the board.
three-time champ, Corey. Let's go. That's a whole nother.
All right, so now that you can hear us, basically what we've been saying is this is the top 10 best ranked TV shows of all time. Now, this is not our list. This is not our list, but it's the list from IMDb and 10 other high-ranking like user, because it's IMDb, it's Rotten Tomatoes, it's user critics, meter critics, it's all of these, and they've all given their score, and they come up with a calculated algorithm, and this is how they rank the TV shows. Now, we're not going to lie, there are some on this top 10 list. I don't know who's ranking this list, but hey, we're going to definitely agree and disagree with some of the things on this list.
Yeah.
But before we get into that top 10 list, I want to shout out to everybody here on the list. Thank you guys so much for being in the chat. And Phenom, what's going on, brother?
Phenom 202 DDA representative. Yo, it's crazy because I'm looking at the list and somebody in the chat already said they better have some 90 shows up here. I'm gonna drop a hint. No shows outside below the 90. From 90 all the way up to today.
Yeah,
is what's been ranked. So if you had any 80 shows, sorry, you're not gonna get any. But I'm excited, yo. I'm a series watcher. I give my blood, my sweat, my tears, my time, my eyeballs to series. Once I'm in, I'm committed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in it for the long haul, no matter if it's good or bad, yo. So let's get it.
Yeah. And Phoenix is right. unfortunately, if y'all looking for some stuff done in the 80s, none of them made the top 10, which is crazy. And I saw the chat. Your urethra said, Corey got a backpack on, like he just came, like he just got home from school.
Corey got a bad back. That's what I did.
Yeah, so just to let y'all know, I have a bad back. So this is for my back. So it's kind of like a brace around my back.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's funny though.
Yeah. It's funny though, because like a lot of people are naming some shows before the 80s. We give a shout out. All in the Family, Starsky and Hutch, Quantum
Great
Leap.
show.
You know what I'm saying? I love Lucy, Mama's Family. I love that show.
That was a good one. Yeah.
So it's a whole bunch of shows from the 80s we can go into, but we gotta go with the list we have right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the list we have, but as we go along with this list, come along with us, man, and agree and disagree with what this list is. So let's go ahead. Well, before we do that, y'all ain't heard from Ali yet. He been sitting there all this time. So let me throw an alley-oop to my man Hollywood. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Back in the building. Feeling better this week. Been rough these last couple of weeks, but I'm getting it together. And sorry about the little technical difficulty in the beginning, but we should be smooth sailing going forward. But yeah, this list, man, this list is crazy. I saw the whole list. It was 50 long. I was surprised. I watched more than what I thought. I watched a lot more TV than I thought. Did. God damn.
Yeah,
me too.
But it's funny. Phenom said something. He was like, when he's in on the show, like he's from the beginning to the end. If anybody knows me, I just need like a couple of whack episodes and I'm out. I'll be in a
right.
I'll be like 3 seasons in strong,
true.
And then once it starts getting turns the time, jumps the what's it called? Jump the shark, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, jump the shark.
I am out. The only show that I stuck to the end was 2. One's actually on the list. And it's another one that's jumped the shark, and I just couldn't turn away, That was Entourage, Entourage is like I can't even tell you why, man.
Hey man, we all have our guilty pleasures, man.
Vinny was the worst.
But you guys are naming some really good ones.
Johnny Drama was
Miami
my nigga.
Vice, Three's Company. So let's go ahead and get into this top 10 list. So at number 10, man, I'm not going to say it's not a bad show, but I don't know it. But look, you guys be the judge of that. Number 10 is Peaky Blinders. So Peaky Blinders, it came out looking at my notes here, it came out in 2013, and it's about a British period crime drama, and it stars Cillian Murphy, so the same person that's in
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yeah, and Tom Hardy's in it as well. Yeah. I have been told so much about Peaky Blinders, but I never have made my way around to seeing it. So for me right now, I don't know if it should be in the top 10, but what do you guys think? Venus, have you seen Peaky Blinders?
I have. I've seen all 6 seasons of Peaky Blinders. This is a solid show. Is it a top 10 show for me? Nah. Top 50? Yeah. I mean, it's a good show. Cillian Murphy's bonkers, show.
Yeah.
Tommy Shelby, that's the name of the character, he gets busy on it. And it's funny though, because with Peaky Blinders, like I was in on the first season because I was like, what is a Peaky Blinder? So basically, it's based off a real British gang back in the day, like 4 people, and they had like the Kango hats with razor blades and shit.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Ali. What were you about to say?
I looked that up when I was watching the show too. No, I watched the show beginning to the end. I love
it's good.
This show. This show is fire to me.
Is it top 10 though?
It's probably not top 10, but I ain't mad at it. It beats out a few of the other ones that are in this top 10. So but yeah, just in general, Tommy Shelby was the motherfucking man. You know what I mean? I hated my boy Finn. Finn, the cousin. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Was he the cousin? The aunt? The lost brother. He was the cousin. Because I don't know if you watched Animal Kingdom.
Definitely watched Animal Kingdom. Seen the movie and the TV show.
He tried to do the Shelby's dirty on this. He did his brother's dirty on Animal Kingdom. I was like, this dude is a rat bastard,
he plays into that character, The sleazy scumbag. Yeah, crazy.
I ain't gonna lie,
But I mean, you definitely got to get into it, Corey. I would say this is a show you need to watch.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because Chicago Cubs said he never heard of it. Mama Bear said he never heard of it.
Oh, wow.
But you guys have some people on your guys' side, like, it's a great series, but Jeff Phillips also says, beating out some of those 90s, and they were
We're
like,
not
I
going to
don't
disagree
know.
with that. Not going to disagree with
Yeah.
that, Jeff. What we're saying, we're just going to go with the list we got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's on Netflix, so check it out.
It all depends on the type of show too, because a lot of these 90 shows, I mean,
they don't hold
I
up.
catch stuff
shows don't hold
deflate.
up.
Yo, you ever
So
go back and watch some of them shit? She was like, yo, this shit trash. It seemed like a lot of the 90s shows too. It was a lot of comedies that were at the top. I guess sitcoms, but I guess that might still be the way of the world today. But it was a few good dramas. But Peaky Blinders, I fuck with this shit, yo.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, let's go on to number 10, man. Number 10. I haven't really seen this show either, so I'm not batting real good right now. But number 9 is Sherlock. So this is not Sherlock with Robert Downey Jr., not the movie. This is actually Sherlock. It was out for 7 seasons. Came out in 2010 and stars Benedict Cumberbatch. I haven't seen this show at all. I did hear it was good though. But you guys let me know, is it really that good? I have no idea. I've never seen it. Have you guys seen it?
I've seen it.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
It's funny.
Man,
so we're going to put it out there.
Have Robert Downey Jr. in it, I don't want to look at it. Yo.
Well,
but I like Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't like Benedict Cumberbatch as a homeboy with the magic
motherfucker,
hands.
you ain't even seen the show.
Strange.
I'm gonna tell you like this, yo. This show is fire, yo. Like I'll watch pretty much anything with Sherlock. I do watch a lot of BBC shows, but over there across the pond, yo. I mean, they got all the good actors, yo. They got all the good actors, and the shows, the seasons are great because the seasons will be like 6 episodes top, 8.
Yeah.
8 if it's super special, but over there overseas, it's like they get through motherfucking shows. They cut off all the fat. So it's just back to back, you know what I mean? Great episode. And Sherlock, I've seen every season of this joint, yo.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's good. I like mystery shows. I like crime shows.
Yeah, I like crime
Me too.
shows. And
Me too. I'm a fan of those. I just didn't get around to it. I think because I was so used to Robert Downey playing it when they had somebody else playing, I was like, I ain't into it. But I definitely feel like I should check it out. So
Robert Downey.
We're gonna go to number 8.
Hold on, man. Robert Downey, like that Sherlock. That movie is decent.
I like
Come
that.
on, yo. That shit ain't like fire. Like, this Sherlock series is way better than Sherlock the movie.
Oh, yeah, because it's more serious. The Sherlock Holmes was ain't serious.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
all
really
like, yo.
Robert Downey being Robert Downey. I like to be entertained with that. But I will say, I will go back. I mean, if Ali say Sherlock is good, I will start watching Sherlock because I know it's already ended. But I'll go see, yo.
It's way better.
Yeah, same here, man.
It's way better.
Because Ali, you done put me onto a couple of joints that's on this list that I was like, oh shit, it really is good. So going to number 8, and I've seen this, so I'm happy I've finally seen something on this list. And I do agree, this is definitely a great movie. There's just so many other good ones, but you know what? It made number 8 on the list. Stranger Things made number 8. So even though it's not an 80s show, it is based off the 80s. So hey, we can give that some 80s love right there. So Stranger Things made the show. It made number 8. I mean, look, if you don't know about Stranger Things, it's a small town where everyone knows everybody, and this real peculiar incident starts, a chain of events, and this child is disappeared, and all of a sudden they're part of the Upside Down, and they have like 7 or 8 kids. I mean, it's like the Goonies meets horror meets excitement. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything, and I'm a big fan of Stranger Things and really enjoyed it, and I've been watching it ever since it came out. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I love the show. It's a good show. It's a solid show. I was entertained. I was sitting on the edge of my seat. It didn't jump the shark too many times.
Yeah.
I love the chemistry with the kids. It was a good show. Is it in the top 10? I can see why it's in people's top 10, but it's definitely not in my top 10.
Same here. It's not in my top 10, but I can see why it made the top 10. What about you, Ali?
I watched the first season. By the middle of the second season, I was like, this shit's stupid. And I'm out.
Oh, damn.
It
got good. I don't know what you were looking at, but it got good. You probably should have given it a little bit. Okay, I know what it was.
I see
It was the magic. It was the magic.
It's unbearable. It had that shit in season 1, yo. Season 2 was just trash, yo. And then by the time I was like, yo, let me just try to jump back into it, even though I missed the shit. I was like, once they started getting older,
have to watch each season. It's hard to come back.
Let me talk for a second, man. But once they got older, the motherfuckers look like, especially like one of the main characters. I don't know, he looked goofy as fuck, yo. Like they definitely want the cute colored kids. Like before, it was like you said, the Goonies type shit. Aha, whatever.
Yeah.
Once it started getting older, they look. Some people are made to be. They're made to be kid actors and not grown up.
Yeah, they made it to high school. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So they had to cut the show. You know what I'm saying? Is it open? No, they got straight.
They have another season coming out this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's funny. Somebody put Charmed in here from the 90s.
Oh, Charmed.
Now I would say Mama Bear, Charmed sucks. If you go back and watch it nowadays, yo, when we was in college, my wife used to watch Charmed all the time. Her and her roommate. I used to be sitting there watching it. I used to be captivated by it. I was like, okay, let me see what it look like nowadays.
Yo, Hasso said Criminal Minds. I can't not knock you on that. Criminal Minds is a really good show, and that show was out for like 30 seasons. I mean, it's out a long time.
It's
Criminal Minds. That's a pretty good one, and that did not make the top 10, man. I'm sorry, Hasso.
But I'll tell you, I know Straight saying
it's crazy though.
Y'all got off that shit real quick. It was the Straight saying right to Hasso said this shit, like that's how you know it won't good. I know deep down in your heart, like
that's why I say it's not in the top 10. I can see why people fell off.
And they was like, it was really good. I liked it. That's about it. That's all you get from that.
I mean, look, I like Stranger Things, and I'm with Phenom. I can see why it's in the top 10, why I got so much high rankings across IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritics, and all these other. So it has a high ranking, but I'm like, dang, I don't know, man. There's some other shows I think could have made the top 10. Now, it made number 8 on the list.
Yeah.
So this another one I haven't seen, and I know y'all going to shit on me for this one.
Oh, definitely.
I already knew you ain't seen none of these.
Y'all been telling me about this show for years, man. I just never get around to it. Better Call Saul made number 7.
Yo,
Better Call Saul, yo.
Better Call Saul. I jump, yo. I fucked with Better Call Saul. I didn't really like how his story ended just because I like Saul, and I was just like, man, fuck that shit, yo. Do what you do. Get finagle your way out of this, which he could have, but he went ahead and fell on the sword for the love of his life type of deal. But Better Call Saul. All right, I know it takes from your words. I love the show a lot. I don't know if it's a top 10 show, but I will say it's definitely a top 10, top 5 spinoff. That's what I'll give it that.
Okay.
Of course,
because I had to read about that because I had no idea. It is a spinoff from Breaking Bad, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That means you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I didn't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't know.
Hey Corey, when we get around circles of people and talking, they say, "Hey, talk about some TV shows." They say, "Well, Better Call Saul was a spinoff of Breaking Bad." Yes, Saul was the lawyer in Breaking Bad.
He was like a main character for multiple seasons, yo.
Yes.
Oh damn. See.
Yes. So I'm looking at the chat, yo. Like any show, like trust me, if we give a show a stamp of approval, and you haven't seen it, yo, check it out. I mean, that's what we're doing. So, because there's certain things y'all dropping in this chat I haven't seen. I would say Better Call Saul is definitely a good watch, yo.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably one of the shows, even though it's a prequel to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Ali, correct me if I'm wrong. You think they could watch Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad?
You can. I don't think it'll hurt anything. You can watch it before Breaking Bad, but it will lose some of the gravity. Because you know how Saul is in Breaking Bad. Like, you know what I mean? He's like the shiesty, sleazy lawyer. I do this, I do that, I do this. Mm-hmm. So when they did the prequel, it took it back to, his roots. Like, of course, he was still like running schemes every now and then. But then he tried to, it starts off with him switching it up, trying to get, impress his brother, get the law degree, and this and that. Yeah. So you see him go... That, and of course, his brother was at one of the biggest assholes in TV history.
It was Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy, yo.
Yeah,
back in the day. I just bought a 70s show up.
Yeah, so
Laverne and Shirley, yo.
So you see,
Laverne and Shirley.
You see him trying to impress his brother, be on the right path. Try to work his way from the mailroom. He got his cross past the bar, this and that, and then they just shit on his ass, and it was like boom. I'm going back to why the fuck I'm doing? I can just do what I've been doing.
Man,
you
he
know
got
what I mean?
his law license from America Samoa.
Yo, a license is a
It's
license.
an American territory.
I
It's
was
a
about to
league. He can
say,
practice law.
Oh
that's a
man.
lie.
But
So
yo,
let me ask y'all this. I've been going through this list and I saw something on this show that I don't know why I didn't make it. Real Sex Show on HBO. Real Sex, man.
yeah,
Come on, y'all. That
it's,
should have made this list as one of the best shows ever. Because
yeah.
everybody and they mama watch Real Sex on HBO. Look, let's go in the chat. Does anybody remember Real Sex off HBO or Taxi Cab Confessions? Those are the
Yeah,
shits, yo.
that was some cinematic watching, yo. That shit was in the 90s and 2000s. Then it just went.
Yeah, it was out for a while. It was out for a while.
Yeah, you funny though.
I
But
mean,
yo,
what
like
you
some
think
of the
about
people
Better
in here,
Call
like there's a lot of people
Saul?
that have watched Better Call Saul. Somebody said Lalo Salamanca.
Yeah, he was one of the best villains on TV too.
Man, because he kept his cool the whole time, but he was
Yeah,
working
yeah,
everybody. He didn't get mad, never, yo.
Yeah.
He had one of them nice guys like, hey, come walk with me real quick. Let's talk. Oh, really? Merc. That's how it was, yo.
Yeah.
And Tuco was a Salamanca, yo.
Yeah, Jeff Phillips said Eastbound and Down. You guys have watched that, right?
Kenny Powers?
Yeah, I haven't watched that. Yeah, y'all said
Eastbound
it was
and
good
Bound
too.
is a funny ass show. That's when I fell in love with the dude was Danny McBride. Yeah, because it's a funny show. I mean, he washed up, baseball player, anger problems, thought he was the shit. It's just a lot of hijinks. Shout out to Will Ferrell. He showed up as like a car salesman, yo.
Yeah.
In his town and stuff like that. But no, it's definitely a good show. It's a nice 30-minute show. If you ever watched The Righteous Gemstones, it's kind of that kind of way, like that hijinks, funny, dirty comedy. So
So it's good because the chat is going a little bit now. I hit something here because a lot of people are saying they watched Taxi Real Sex, and we got a couple of ones. Somebody said, "How about Dream On?" Jeff Phillips. I used to love that show.
I used to watch Dream On.
I used to watch Dream On. Definitely Chicago Cub, Taxi Cab Confessions, yes. And so I'm glad I was. Oh, Tales from the Crypt. Did you guys watch that?
Growing up, that used to scare the shit out of me in the 80s, yo.
Yeah, me too.
The Crypt Keeper.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's go on to number 6, man. I know I'm going to get some heat on this, even though I have seen a couple of seasons of this. I didn't watch it all the way through like my counterparts did. But number 6 is The Wire.
Dog, you just go ahead and mail me your black card right now.
I mean, I'm like, why would we do this list?
I watched the first 2 seasons, and then I didn't have no cable. So that's what happened, man. I just, but it came out in 2002, and it centered around the U.S. war on drugs in the street of Baltimore. And my man Michael B. Jordan used to be on the show as a little kid on there, and quite a few other people. But you guys got to talk about this show because this is you guys' wheelhouse right here. You guys definitely was getting it on with The Wire, man. So what are your thoughts on The Wire making this list?
So The Wire, this is black publications, white publications, major publications. It's in the top 3 of all time. So this is not hyperbole. Like people are attached to The Wire because it's so gritty, so real. To me, it should be number 1.
Okay.
In my opinion. And I stand on that. The Wire is number 1. All seasons were good. People are like, well, what about the doc season? Yeah, the doc season was crazy too, because they was importing chicks from Russia and they was dying. It's like a whole bunch of, but I think it did a good job. I think season 4 is my favorite one with the kids, like coming of age and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
But no, if I had to recommend any show on this list, is if you never watched The Wire, you gotta watch The Wire.
Yeah,
what about you? What's your thoughts?
I mean, The Wire is my favorite show ever. Like, actually, I just rewatched it a couple of months ago. Like, I rewatched it like, it was a slow rewatch, but like through September through November, I rewatched it again, And like, The Wire is straight fire, brother. Like, everything about The Wire, like all the characters, you know what I mean? From the police side, like McNulty and them, Freeman. Like Freeman is one of my favorite characters on TV. You know what I'm saying? The old wise black man. And McNulty is actually one of my favorite characters too. You know what I mean? He was like a fuck up. Like he just liked to fuck shit up, I should say. Like he couldn't just let anything just go, like as far as like on the system side, like you know what I mean, just like man, just like people in the police department be like, yo, let's just let this go, boom, boom. We wrap this case up. He like, nah, that ain't it. Like, you know what I mean? We don't keep going. And of course, it's got some of the best drug dealers ever: Marlowe, Stringer Bell, Avon, Prop Joe. You know what I mean? Omar. And Omar. And you got to think about it, this is crazy. This show came out, early 2000s or what have you, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I ain't gonna act like it was like the 70s or some shit. But Omar was an openly gay character like 20 years ago. And especially like motherfuckers in the hood, was fucking with Omar. Like you ain't see that. It's like back then, like you ain't see cast. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Back then, like people weren't really fucking with you know what I'm saying, gay dudes. But Omar was just so gangster. Motherfuckers like yo Omar crazy. You know what I mean? It was wild, yo.
Yeah. So back then, back in the 2000s. They coined the phrase homo thug. That's what Omar was. Like he will kill you. And nobody, they talk shit behind his back, but they would never call her to his face because he'll kill him. He just robbed drug dealers, yo. But it's funny though, because like somebody Hasso said Brother Malzone.
Oh, Brother Malzone was the man, yo.
And Naren, I had cable. Corey didn't have cable.
Yeah,
I had cable all my life. So ever since cable was invented. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when the wire came.
My dad made sure.
When the Wire came out, we was watching that. We had like watch parties for the Wire, like especially when it started. Like people used to come to my crib, watch the joint, and then that one season the bootleg dropped. And you remember that, Phenom? Like they had the bootleg. It was like, but it was only like 6 episodes of like 8. Yo, we watched all this shit. That was the worst decision I ever made in my life, yo. Cause we watched all them shits, and then you had to wait a week, another week. I was like, man, I want to see what the fuck happens. Like, I had to wait a motherfucking 2 months. You know what I mean? So I wish I would just watch it week by week. But yeah, The Wire is definitely, to me, the best show in television history.
Yeah. Yeah, Hasso says it's in his top 3 or 4 of all time.
Yeah,
so.
I'm telling you, everybody. I'm telling you, if there's a show, if you have the capacity to watch a show, binge watch it, watch The Wire. Wire is critically acclaimed, and this is not just us speaking, being black men in America. This is like everybody watches this show.
David Simon did his thing.
The ratings across the board off all of the major critic sites have The Wire at a very high ranking. Its rankings are always in the 9, 10s, or 8 ranges. So making number 6, it's pretty legit. So, I just feel bad that I didn't watch those last 3 or 4 seasons because I ain't had cable.
It's not too late. You have cable now, Corey.
I do.
David Simons did this. He did another great show. I love. Wait, hold up, record. He did another show I love, Treme, yo. So if you get a chance to watch that,
Treme's good too.
It's about New Orleans after the hurricane.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yo, that's just fire all across the board, yo. So if you definitely watch that as well.
That's what's up.
And watch We Own This City with my boy with the Punisher. Like, I'm gonna keep talking for a second. You know what I mean? I forgot what was his name. The cop in We Own This City, yo.
The Punisher. Who played the Punisher? Corey.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think.
There was a couple people that played the Punisher.
And on
TV series, Marvel TV series.
Because Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher.
John Bernthal. John Bernthal.
I know the actor's name, but I don't remember his.
I just looked it up. Can you hear me?
I know his face. I don't remember
John
his name.
Bernthal.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. There you go. Yep. I just pulled it up.
So and We Own the City. Yo.
Yeah, the guy from
We Own the City was good.
Yeah, he was a cricket cop. Yeah, Wayne Jenkins. That's my man. Wayne Jenkins, baby. Like, woo. It was fucked up. He was a dirty cop, yo, but he was funny, yo. I fuck with him.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to the chat. The chat going crazy, yo. It's funny though, because like, all right, we're gonna throw some 80s shit in there, even though they make the list, because they throw some shit in there. Even though they didn't make the list.
Like,
they got some Dallas going on in there.
Yeah. Oh, see, why ain't Dallas on this list? Matter of fact, let me check real quick. Did Dallas make this list?
Nope.
Dallas.
The earliest show was like 95, yo. It was crazy.
Dallas did not make this list. It did not make this list. Knots Landed did not make this list. I I mean,
I got a question though.
Married with Children did not make this list.
Married with Children is a top 5 sitcom ever, yo. I watched it in reruns to this day. It still holds up, yo.
It's good. It's ahead of its time, man. I mean, it's I was surprised that Married with Children didn't make this list, you know.
Yeah. Somebody said Luke Cage.
No.
If they're gonna say Marvel shows, it ain't gonna be Luke Cage. Luke Cage. I did enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't great, but I watched it and supported it.
Yeah.
But Daredevil,
definitely.
Somebody said Vincent D'Onofrio was Kingpin. Hasso said it.
Yo, this dude is Kingpin for real.
Yeah.
He kills it.
Love it.
Kills it, man. So let's see. We got, man, the chat is going crazy. Star Trek. Oh, wow. From Eric Brown.
I never got into Star Trek.
You know, I never got into Star Trek either because it came out before, you know, I was born. So at that time, it was just reruns. I'm more of a Star Wars fan, but I will say,
you know, they got Star Trek, the Next Generation Star Trek.
Yeah, they got the stuff with my man. Now, I did watch that one, Patrick Stewart. I did watch that one, but Star Wars is not on the list. Star Wars is not on the list. It's crazy. There's a lot of stuff that I was kind of questionable about that made the list. Now, I'm going to go down to stuff that's way down further on the list that I was like, I don't know if it should have made it. Vikings. I don't know about
good though.
Vikings good.
I don't know if it should have made the list though. Not top. This is
Corey,
this is top 50 right now.
I don't even know if you've seen it or not, but I'm guessing you ain't seen it.
Good as shit.
I know he ain't seen it because that's how he ain't seen it.
I've seen it. I saw the first season of Vikings. I've seen the first season of Vikings.
Okay.
I've seen the first season of Vikings, but
all right. Let me ask you a question, Corey. So somebody put this in the chat. Have you seen Boardwalk Empire?
That's a good one.
I have not seen Boardwalk Empire, but it did make the list.
Yeah, Boardwalk Empire is another fire HBO show, period piece about the 1920s.
Yeah.
Season 3 is probably the best season I ever seen in my life. Like, it was crazy, yo. But no, definitely go watch Boardwalk Empire. Steve Buscemi kills it.
Yeah, he's definitely great. And I was happy for him to get a leading, because, you know, he's always like the character actor type of deal. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a little side, like the crazy friend or whatever.
Reservoir Dogs, he was in that.
Or like the criminal, like the dumb criminal type of deals. Like for him to get that role, like he killed that shit, yo. So I was happy.
Because he was with Adam Sandler too. You know what I'm saying? He was in a couple of movies too.
Yeah, he definitely wrote.
There aren't a lot of sitcoms that made this list. As of right now, I can only see one that made this list from me going down the list. And
it's more. There's
more. Okay, maybe I'm missing it.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
One of my favorite shows.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah,
I still watch that, and I'm a bad parent.
Let me ask y'all.
In front of my kids.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia ranked higher than Seinfeld. What do y'all think about that?
I watched it more. Shows. I watched it more than Seinfeld, but I mean it's a raunchy show though. Seinfeld. I fuck with Seinfeld. I like Seinfeld.
Yeah, I like Seinfeld. But
it's Always Sunny. It's Always Sunny, yo.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Danny DeVito,
28.
Yeah. Danny DeVito kills.
Is there anything up here, Ollie, like that's not in the top 10 right now that you want to pull up? Anything you can think of that you're like, damn, this is my shit?
That I watch? That's not in the top 10. That's on this list. Yeah. All right, this is what I say. Succession is like one of my favorite shows ever.
Succession is a top 5 show ever.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's at 18. I'm started watching that just now.
Any show that was ever made in the history of television, Succession, I would put it at close to number either 2 or 3. Yeah. The Wire is number 1, but I'm talking about from the beginning of television to now. Succession is one of the best written shows ever. Yeah. Not just the content, it's just like the actors kill every role in it.
Yeah. You know definitely all of them.
All of them. Nobody disappointed. Like everybody pushed themselves.
Jeremy, whatever, I can't think of his last name, but everybody hated him because he's like one of the method actor motherfuckers. Like everybody on set hated his ass, but he killed it as the oldest son. You know I'm bad with names, but Succession.
Kendall Roy.
Yeah, Kendall Roy.
Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy Strong. That is. I could think of his last name. And then the McCulkin boy, the McCulkin brother, yo.
He's good. He's good. Yeah.
He crushed that. He crushed his role all 3 seasons. The sister.
He's won a lot of awards too.
So what's her name? Sobian.
He got nominated this year.
But the system is good.
I think he won an Emmy.
Also, as far as on this that I put in my top 10, like Mad Men, I probably watched. My wife, she used to make fun of me. I probably watched the whole series of Mad Men like I know it's 4 times at least. Like stopped it. Wow. I mean, watched it to the end, rewatched it. I watched Mad Men when it came on ABC, AMC. Mad Men is like one of the greatest shows ever to me.
It is.
I didn't like how it ended, but it's still one of the greatest shows. Like I fuck with Mad Men so hard, Everybody on there was great, Yeah. So.
John Hamm is. I got a new respect for John Hamm. Like I loved him on Mad Men, but this season of Fargo, which is on the list.
Yeah, Fargo.
That's right. Fargo is on the list.
John Hamm, he had to go to North Dakota because he plays a sheriff who's like tied to a militia, who is a constitutionalist, who's a Bible thumper, like all this stuff. Like he basically plays a super duper Trump supporter, and he kills it. And he's a liberal person in general, but like the way he dove into this character, like he should be nominated next year. I think they missed the cutoff for this year because it came on this year. No, Fargo, I love Fargo. Like all the seasons of Fargo are really well written, very smart.
And there's two more.
We got some good ones in the chat that have come up. Cheers came up from Eric Brown. Cheers did not make the list. They got robbed.
Cheers is funny.
Cheers should have made the list. X-Files is not on the list. That I like X-Files. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Ozark did not make the list. I don't know how.
Hold up, it's nowhere on this list.
It's nowhere on this list. Ozark did not make the list.
Ozark had a good premise. It had a good first season. The second season was decent. After that shit, it wasn't that great.
Really?
I loved it.
I loved it. You got to watch it all the way through to the end, dude.
I love Ozark.
If it starts sucking, I ain't got to watch it to the end, It starts sucking. So I say, guess what? I was good. It had a good premise. And then
that shit was good.
I don't know when it started to suck for you, man, because it was. I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
I think I've never hated a family so much in my life watching the show, and that's to me. Yeah, I know I could talk shit about the show so bad. Couldn't stand his wife. Couldn't stand his daughter. Couldn't stand his son.
Couldn't stand the son. Yeah,
couldn't stand him at times. But the thing about it is, like, I get so invested in shows. It's like I hate shows with kids in them. Because the kids are always assholes. I tell you that all the time. Every show we watch, every movie we did, kids are assholes. But I like shows that make me think the show is real and like the characters is real and the storyline is real. And I just felt I felt a lot of tension watching Ozark. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of pain in that show. But yeah, no.
Yeah. So somebody put in the chat, did Friends make the top 10? They did not. They did not, but Friends did make the list at number 15. So we've gone through half the list right now, and I think we're at number 5. So I've heard a lot of great things about this show, but me personally, I don't know why this is in the top 10 because it was only out for 1 season. Band of Brothers came out in 2001. I don't know. This is very hard for me to swallow how a show could be in the top 10 if only were out 1 season. Unless you're this other show that I really like that's in the top 10. But anyway, but have you guys seen Band of Brothers? I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know. I feel kind of funny with just 1 season making the top 10 though.
Nah, because The Wire was out. I mean, this came out in 2001, but when The Wire came on, I had no interest in watching the Band of Brothers. But I like war period pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
I just never carved out time to watch it.
Yeah, and this is based around that time period of World War II. So this is all around the 101st Unit Division, and it's taking everything from their time period in Europe to V-Day, the whole thing. So it's a period piece. If you love Saving Private Ryan, you probably would really like this movie. I heard it's great. I'm sorry, this show I heard is great, but it's only out 1 season. So have you seen it, Ali? I mean, I
haven't seen it yet, but it's crazy when I was looking up. I realized it had so many people in that shit though. That shit was motherfucking
got a lot of people in
it. So
watching this list, I want to go back and watch it.
I think I am gonna go back and watch it now that But I really never knew nothing about it. I used to see
Mhm.
some of the pictures and shit on the HBO joint, but I just never really got into it. So I know I have to go back and check it out. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
one of the only ones that I haven't seen on this list.
Yeah,
So
same here, same here. So we're gonna switch it a little bit. So even though we were talking about people with guns that were in the army doing things for supposedly the good, we're gonna talk about some people that had guns in America that was doing things for the bad. But for some reason, we love this guy, even though he was technically a bad guy. But just because you're a bad guy, does that really mean you're a bad guy? Well, anyway, that's this show was out for years. Everybody knows it. The Sopranos on HBO made number 4 on the list. So I'm going to throw it out to the chat. Do y'all think it should be higher or lower on the list? I think this is a solid spot for the Sopranos. I probably could rank it higher, but I think in the top 3 or top 4 of all time, this is one of the best shows ever, man. Who didn't love this show? Phoenix, what about you?
I think it's a good spot. I think Sopranos is one of the shows that angered me because of the ending.
Yeah.
I like closure when it comes to shows. I hate when shows don't, but they could have came with a Sopranos movie or something. I mean, I'm not talking about the prequel movie that came out, but everybody want to know how Tony die? Did he not die? But then I saw
Yeah.
this fan theory say, yo, he did die. This person killed him. You know, I need closure. So I'll never ever move it into the top 3.
Yeah.
Just for that.
You know,
all of it was good, but except that part.
Yeah, it's how you land the plane. And I think that this show could have used a movie to just recap something, sort of just something, sort of like how they did Sex in the City, like they wound up having movies to kind of keep it going on with the stories of these ladies. I think we needed something with that because it was so open-ended. Nobody knew what the fuck happened to Tony, you know, and I would have loved to seen this in the movie. And it was rumored, but unfortunately, you know, he passed away before, you know, it could ever come to fruition.
But you know what's crazy? When he passed away, he was with his son, and his son played Tony Soprano in the prequel. It's
in
crazy,
the prequel, yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on this in the chat, man? You think Sopranos should be up here on the list? Eric Brown says, I don't have HBO. Hey, you're not the only one, brother. I was lucky to see this when I did. For real.
But you know,
I was really lucky.
I say this: there's no excuses, yo. We live in the age of wearing eye patches and searching the web. If you know what pirating means, yo, you can find it somewhere, yo.
True.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, Sopranos. Aside from the ending, it's a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
The big pussy, yo. I hate what they did to him, yo, but he deserved it, yo.
But he deserved it. Yeah, I hated it too. But it was like, and Tony, you could tell Tony didn't want to do it. Yeah, but he knew he had to do it.
I think The Sopranos is one of the shows where I actually felt.
You felt compassion.
Felt compassion for Tony. Conflicted. But also like when people died in there. Like I like shows where the main character or main characters don't make it to the end. You know what I'm saying? They're expendable. That's how I felt like on go harking back to Boardwalk Empire. Like there was a couple people that died, like main people, like, oh shit, they died. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I think it's a good spot, yo. We'll say you, O.
What say you, O?
Yeah, Sopranos is great, yo. I fuck with Sopranos. I watched it definitely from beginning to the end. I was bad. I was one of the people at first. I was like kind of like fucked up how they ended it, but over time, I've come to terms with it, yo. I kind of like that it's open ended. That I don't know what happens. I mean, me personally, I think he died, but you never know. You know what I mean? So I like that because you know it was him with the family. It was finally, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And then your boy, then somebody yanked the cord out your TV, yo. It's like your cable cut off. They said that like set a record, like motherfuckers was calling the cable companies and all types of shit. Like what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Because everything went black. So I mean, it did what they wanted it to do. You know what I mean? As far as causing the conversation. Of course, like it got hated on hard.
Definitely did. And the show was out a long time, 1999 to 2007.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good show. It was definitely a good show, man. Like, I fuck with it. But
I'm not. Go ahead, Ali. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, you good. You good.
I thought he was finished, huh?
I thought he was too.
Yeah. But no, look, I vehemently oppose Ali's liking of the ending. I don't like stuff that I don't have closure with, yo.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, yeah. So I'm kind of we're at the top three right now. So I kind of fucked up because I said I don't know why a show makes it to the top three to the top 10 that has only one season. But I really did like this show. Number 3 is Chernobyl. I have watched Chernobyl. It is a fantastic show. And it made number 3. Would I put it in the top 10? I don't know, because it's only been out one season, but what a fucking season. This basically is about all of the recap of everything that went down in Russia with the nuclear catastrophe. So it's a fantastic show. It happened in 1986, and they recap everything and how they didn't do all the checks and balances to prevent such a catastrophe from happening, and so many people that got sick from what happened because they didn't quite understand what to do. I've seen Chernobyl. I really loved it. I thought it was great. Any of you guys seen it? I'll go with you first.
Out of here, yo. Super. It's a good show. Don't trust me. I love. It's basically a long ass scripted documentary.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oxymoron, but no, it's definitely good. Top 10, get the fuck out of here with that, yo.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Top 10 shit.
I tell you, because it's one show in the top 10. I mean, one show that should be in the top 10. It's a comedy and it's not, yo. But I'll let Ollie speak on Chernobyl if you've seen that or not, yo.
I haven't, man. So I know
it's good though. You should watch it.
Of course, I know what Chernobyl what it is.
It's good.
Yeah, I've never seen it though. Yeah. So I really.
I guess we can move on from that with Chernobyl.
Yeah,
sort of like out of here.
All right. Well, I was going to say something. I'm just going to have to put my shit here because motherfuckers just talk over me, yo. Like,
you're going in and out because.
So why did y'all motherfucking say something?
No, but you sound clear online, but you right here. Like sometimes you have like a little delay. That's what's
all right.
Online, you're clear. It's fine.
All right, motherfuckers.
Brother, just talk, man. Go ahead. You got.
All right. I was gonna say Chernobyl had my man from Mad Men in it, yo. My man from England that ended up hanging himself. I don't know if we can say that. I'm sorry. We'll have to do that out. But that's what. After I saw it, pulled up the pictures, I was like, yo, I might have to go back and watch it. But that's it. Go ahead, man.
It's good.
I'm out.
You definitely should go back and watch it.
Good.
It is definitely good. But top 10, nah, I don't think so. But we're finally at the final 2, and a lot of people are putting these in the chat. But there's one particular one that nobody has put in the chat yet. And if you have, I apologize because the chat's been going off and I missed it.
Somebody did.
Somebody did? Okay. Yeah. Well, shout out to you, whoever you were. Game of Thrones made number 2 on the list of the best TV shows of all time. I'm not mad at this. I can see why it made number 2 because it didn't land the plane as well. The last season was a little rocky, but everything leading up to the landing was fantastic. I mean, it had all of us on a ride. I mean, with Bend the Knee, the Seven Kingdoms, the Iron Throne, to Daenerys Targaryen. There are so many things that have come out of Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. Who doesn't know about Game of Thrones? So I fucking love Game of Thrones. And this guy right here, Ollie, was the guy that put me on the Game of Thrones. And I didn't have cable. So he bootlegged that shit for me so I could watch season 1 and season 2. I appreciate that, bro. Phoenix, man, what are your thoughts on Game of Thrones?
I have a confession to make, yo. I went back and watched the last season of Game of Thrones, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Okay.
But no, it's still in the top 5 ever. From set design to script to storyline, it's crazy. It was vulgar. It was bloody. It was conniving. It was deep. It was everything. And I would say I could see, and I always say this: I can see why people had issues with season 5. I can see why. I remember, like, me and my wife, we were in the basement. I got a movie theater in my basement. We was watching it, and the episode, like the big fight with and everything was dark when it was fighting the ice. The
Ice Walkers.
And everybody was like, "Yo, why is my shit?" I'm watching it on regular cable. This wasn't bootlegged or none of that shit.
Yeah, that shit was mad dark.
And then I go online. Everybody was like,
"Yes, yeah."
But the reason why they did it is because they didn't want people to bootleg it. Is what they said.
What? Nah. Well, okay. That's the answer they came up with, but I'll let Ollie talk about Game of Thrones because he was the one that put me onto it, and then I'll talk about the things I liked and didn't like. But yeah, I think it was dark because they just fucked up. But you know, go ahead, Ali, what's your thoughts?
Game of Thrones is honestly, if it wasn't for the last season, it probably would be number one for me. The last season was so trash, and it's not even just like the plot and whatever happened is trash. They just changed up everything, yo. It used to take a motherfucker to get from one place to another a whole motherfucking season because they motherfuckers in boats, riding horses, and walking. All of a sudden, these motherfuckers join to the wall, back here, to the wall, King's Landing, this and that. They're doing that shit in an episode. I was like, what the fuck? It took Daenerys like motherfucking 5 seasons even to get to the mainland off the other shit. Like all of a sudden it was just like boom, 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 and it just blew me, man. But before that, I mean, I could just shut that out my mind. Yo. I can compartmentalize that shit. Before that, Game of Thrones is definitely one of the greatest shows ever. It tripped me out that first season, especially with like Ned Stark. I was like, yo, Ned Stark is the man. I was thinking he was gonna be
the main characters, yo.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be there for a minute. Yo, when they had him down there, I was like, no, they don't let him die. They about to win, you know what I mean? And he was like, die. He was like, bah. I was like, oh shit. It was a wrap.
That was the first show that I saw where they killed the main character off
in the first season. Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't even like a contract dispute or nothing. So the thing about what I loved about Game of Thrones is I never read the books. So everything was new to me. And I hated all the fanboys like, well, this is not how it's portrayed. And I'm like, shut up. Yo, the book is never gonna be the same as the movie, yo. And I'm pretty sure the books ain't as good as the television show, yo.
No, I honestly,
ain't no book better than the television show.
No, this I'm telling you, it's crazy.
You can see it, yo.
After a lot of after probably it was before the last season, before like maybe after season 6. I actually went and got the first book. I read the first book. The first book is fire, yo. But I'm not a big reader, so I was like, I'm good. I'll just keep on watching the TV. But it's not so much. It was probably because I watched the show first. When I was reading the book, I was seeing the TV, the actors' faces instead of just using my own imagination. And I don't like doing that. But the book is actually fire because they wrote, like, the way he did it, too. Like, he wrote each chapter from a different character's point of view, like, perspective. Like, yeah, I like the book, yo. I know, I'm a smooth brain motherfucker, but,
well, you know, look, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You good.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I really loved it. AC says the Dracarys. Yeah, look, there's so much about Game of Thrones that's great, but I agree with Ali. Everything about Game of Thrones is amazing, but the last season was just jumping from one place to the other too fast, and for 4 or 5 seasons they kept talking about winter is coming. Winter is coming. So we have this big idea, the Night Walker's coming, the king is showing up to fight Jon Stark. Supposedly that's supposed to happen, and that it happened, but it didn't happen the way they made such a big deal about it. So I think that's why it knocks Game of Thrones down to number 2. But if everything went well, like it should have leading up to it, I think it would have made number 1, but somebody else made number 1. But before we get to that, what are your thoughts? Well, go ahead, Venus.
I would say I'm not going to, even though the show's been out for a while, it has ended. I did not like the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the last episode wasn't good.
I think, I'm not even going to name the character's name, but it was the worst ending in the history of, it was worse than the Sopranos, yo. I'd rather them just cut the black than do that ending, yo. And the thing about it is they got another spinoff with Snow, just about Jon Snow, and Jon Snow got on my nerves like a lot during Game of Thrones, yo. And that don't mean I ain't like the show, but I hated the character at times.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I never even switched over to Game of Thrones, yo.
But yeah,
horrible.
Dylan Blue said the Battle of the Bastards. Woo!
Oh,
the battle scenes. The thing about Game of Thrones, I think, what made it, like Ali said, it could have been number 1 if they'd have landed the plane in season 5. But the battle scenes, when there were no dialogue, it was just fights for like 30 minutes.
Yes. Very well directed too, because you would feel like you were in the battle with them, almost to the point where you were feeling like whoever survived was just lucky, because it was insane how they would film, especially Battle of the Bastards. Oh my gosh. And that guy was evil. He was evil, yo.
Yeah, he was flaying people.
Joffrey, you talking about Joffrey?
God, he just cut the dude's member
Ramsey
off.
Bolton, yo.
Oh, you talking
Yeah,
about
Ramsey
Ramsey?
Bolton.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
he
you said
was
Battle of the
evil,
Bastards.
yo.
I'm
And
thinking about the
the
Battle
Red
of the
Wedding.
Bay.
Yes, the Red Wedding, the ultimate heartbreaker of all time in TV. I can agree with that. I did not see that coming, man. That hurt my heart, yo. Hurt my heart.
Yeah, it was brutal,
But
yo.
this is what I say. It's fun.
Somebody said shame, shame, shame. Remember her atonement?
Yo, I swear, when I watched that, yo, I was like, Cersei, I hope you get all these motherfuckers, yo. Like, I hated her doing the whole shit, but no, she needed her to get back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. Hold on, I gotta talk.
She definitely she was plotting, yo, and she got it at the perfect moment too.
Yeah,
but then her revenge quest fucked it up because then she wound up losing her son because she wound up killing somebody that her son really cared about. So she lost all her kids actually in the whole shit. But go ahead. Oh, you about to say something? So people have some people name some great things. Beverly Hills 90210 did not make the list. I'm sorry. Nope. Golden Girls did not make the list. A fucking crime. Not even in the top 50. Golden Girls.
Golden Girls is a top 5
absolutely
sitcom ever. I watch Golden Girls almost every day, yo.
I agree. Absolutely. Golden Girls is fantastic.
So let me ask you a question, Corey. So there's a couple shows that I watch daily. Daily. When I say daily, syndication, I can be flipping the channels. I come home from work. One of them is my background, The Office. The Office is a top 10 show ever.
Yeah, it's doing the fourth wall break.
I think with The Office, a lot of people gave The Office a little flack after Michael left.
Yeah.
The show wasn't as solid in the later years, but it was still a good show. I love it. It's been a syndication. Everybody was mad when NBC took it off and put it on Peacock, and then because it was on. I'm sorry, it was on Netflix. Netflix stripped it and just made it straight on Peacock. And Big Bang Theory. I watch Big Bang Theory every day. I think it's a well-written show. I love it.
I've gotten into that lately as well. Big Bang Theory. I never was really into it at first, but I wound up getting into it about 2 years ago. So a really good show. And The Office is a great show. Office made number 17 on the list.
Yeah,
great show.
Back to Golden Girls. Jeff asked me, me and you, Corey, what was our favorite Golden Girls? So, who was your favorite Golden Girl?
Betty. Man, that was my favorite Golden Girl. Betty. Betty White. I just loved her, man. She just had the jokes. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like Blanche, but I like Betty, yo. I can't remember the name of her character in the show though, but let me see.
Rose Nolly.
Rose. I like Rose. Yeah.
Ollie, who was your favorite Golden Girl, yo?
My favorite is Sophia. I'll tell you right now, I've watched more Golden. I could bet money I've watched more Golden Girls than both of y'all combined.
Yeah, me and my wife fall
because actually is my wife's favorite show. Mine just watch the shit every night. Literally, like every night. She has motherfucking Golden Girls t-shirts and this and that. Yep. I will tell you, I watched it double time. And Sophia is my favorite, and that's it. Y'all keep going.
Mine's Dorothy, yo.
Dorothy?
I fuck with Dorothy, yo. Like, she always had the deadpan face. She rarely smiled. The way she was Jim from The Office before The Office, because she used to look at the camera when somebody say something stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sophia is always, she's so funny and all that stuff. But the old lady who just makes off-color jokes to say what's on her brain.
Yeah.
Dorothy was just, it was Dorothy. And if you look at the show, and Ollie can attest to it, hey, yo, Dorothy was bagging dudes too, yo. Dorothy was catching D's all the time, not just Blanche, yo.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of episodes. She was catching a lot of strays, yo. Like,
yeah.
There was one episode she followed like a cover band lead singer. She was like being a groupie to him and all that stuff, moving them in, traveling with him, all that stuff. It was one episode where she was messing with a married man in a hotel and wouldn't give him up. You know what I'm saying? Then she ended up marrying Stan again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she was 6'3".
Yeah. So the flip side of Golden Girl, somebody just put in the chat, is the Sex in the City. Did you guys watch Sex in the City? I did. I really enjoyed Sex in the City.
I mean, like the Golden Girls, Sex and the City stays on my TV, yo.
Yeah.
Like my wife, I know every episode of Sex and the City.
Yeah, same here. So who's your favorite Sex in the City out of the girls?
It's only one answer, yo. It's Samantha Jones, yo.
Okay, that's my favorite. Samantha all day.
Yeah.
Samantha's my favorite.
Yeah,
she's the best, yo.
I didn't like Carrie Bradshaw.
Carrie Bradshaw, yeah.
I thought, the way
she
got on my nerves, yo.
Yeah, she did with me. She could never make her mind up on who she wanted and going to big or not going to big. And Charlotte to me was just too, I don't know, she was just too neat or too preppy. Like everything was like, ew, to her. And Miranda was just Miranda. But yeah, Samantha was clearly my favorite in Sex and the City. Great show. Great show.
The way she did Aiden, I didn't like the way she did Aiden, yo. Aiden was in love with her, then she ended up sleeping with Big.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, like, fuck out of here, yo.
Yeah, get out of here, yo. Yeah. All right, so now we've gotten down to number one. So if Game of Thrones is number one, if Game of Thrones is number two, what do you guys think made number one? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad made number one. I hate to say, but I have only seen half of the first season of Breaking Bad, and it's a damn crime. It's a damn crime. I know. Just shoot me now. I got bullets coming.
Why do you throw these canyons in our friendship, Corey? Yo? We've been friends since August of 1995, yo.
It's true.
And you keep testing our friendship, yo.
I know.
Breaking Bad is one of the best shows ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have cable.
Dog, this list, you need to go home. You need to go ahead and look at this list and start knocking these shows off. Breaking Bad is one of the best shows ever. It shows like the transition of Walter White from being a timid science teacher to a motherfucking meth kingpin, yo.
Yeah, that's what's very interesting. He figures out he has like stage 3 cancer, lung cancer, I think that's what it is. And he just, it's like had this fucking attitude, and I really did need to continue watching it. But once again, like I said, I didn't have cable. And by the time I got cable, like the third season, and I just didn't really caught up. But it is on. Yeah.
You got Netflix?
That's what I'm about to say. It is on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I do have an opportunity to catch up. So I'm going to check it out. I know Ollie's seen Breaking Bad. What are your thoughts on Breaking Bad? Make it number one.
Best friend, yo. Bryan Cranston. Oh, Ollie, they say you muted, yo.
Yeah, you can't hear you a little bit. Make sure you get your
yeah. All right, yeah. Breaking Bad is fire, yo. That's it. I'm sorry, I was talking a lot, but Breaking Bad is fire. Everything in it. Bryan Cranston definitely did his thing. From Malcolm in the Middle, like the comedic actor to a more serious role. This is definitely like top 3. I like everybody in this joint, all the characters. Like, and the one thing about Breaking Bad is that everything is intertwined, yo. So if something happens, like in season 2, episode 3, that shit may not come back up to season 5, episode whatever, but like it's all together, and it was like great writing on that show.
Oh wow, that's phenomenal writing.
I fuck with hard.
No, I gotta echo what Ollie said, yo. I think and I gotta harken back to what I said too. There's a show was so good that you hate characters, yo. It's so funny that we hear people talk. They say they love Jesse Pinkman. I hated Jesse, yo, and I loved him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Hated his wife, hated his son. Yo, like his wife she was in it for a ride towards the end, and then she wasn't anymore. But Breaking Bad is definitely great. I like Gus Fring, Giancarlo Esposito. one of the best, coldest villains
Mm.
to be on TV, yo. And the thing about it is you get to see different things. Like in Breaking Bad, you got the uncle and the Tio in the wheelchair.
Mm.
And in Better Call Saul, you see how he got in the wheelchair.
Okay.
So it's everything ties together. And like Tuco, they got Tuco Salamanca. He was like this crazy dude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They had the crazy twins, assassin twins in it. It's definitely a good show, yo.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, I definitely got to finish watching Breaking Bad. And you're right, man. I'm fucked up. I fucked up. I don't know why I haven't finished watching it, but I've heard so many great things, and I get the same response. Why haven't you finished watching this series? Because it's just that good. We did have somebody in the chat say South Park. South Park, great show. Great show.
Yeah.
I really like South Park. They got a great show. Matter of fact, they just had a movie come out just recently called
On Paramount.
Yeah, on Paramount, like Into the Pandaverse or something. That shit is funny. Just classic South Park all the way through. Really good. It's almost like we have to do, and somebody put in the chat earlier, we have to do like a top 10 TV shows based on genres like drama and comedy or cartoon. And that's a good idea because there's a lot of good nuggets getting missed here that are fantastic.
Yeah, and you know this list. So I mean, it's kind of a recency list. I mean, like I said, the earliest show was Friends. It's funny. Somebody asked us what our favorite friend was.
Wow. Oh, let me see what my favorite friend was. Let me pull it up because I want to make sure I get the right name because I'm gonna
tell you, I can tell you exactly who my favorite friend is, Joe.
My favorite friend was Joey.
Joey, okay.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
What about you,
Joey.
Ali? Yo?
I didn't watch Friends.
Say what?
I didn't watch Friends. Like
you on mute.
No, he said
you didn't watch Friends. Oh, he didn't watch. Oh, you didn't watch Friends. Okay, all right. What about you? It was Ross?
No, it was Khadijah. It was Khadijah James, yo. I never watched Friends. I always watched Living Single because Friends ripped off Living Single, yo. It was crazy. It's documented, yo. I know people love Friends, and they can love Friends, yo. I never watched Friends. I remember we used to walk to class in this building called the BAL. They used to have like these boards up, and they had like Friends watch party. So all these frats had different watch parties. Like you come to their crib and watch it. I never watched Friends, yo. I haven't even watched it like in syndication. Like I've never had an inkling to go back and be like, you know what? Everybody said it's a great show. I need to go back and watch it. I had Living Single.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't argue with that. I mean, I watched Living Single. Living Single did come out a year before Friends. It came out in 1993. Friends came out in 1994. So it is documented that. I started watching Friends about 5 years ago. I had always watched Friends every now and then on syndication, but I actually went back and started watching about 5 years ago. It's not a bad show at all. It's really kind of just like Friends, just a bunch of friends hanging out, you know. But my favorite one is Joey. But if I had to go with Living Single, my favorite one probably be Khadijah. Yeah, probably be Khadijah. Yeah.
I'll say I love Khadijah. My favorite one is Max, yo. I mean, I love Max and Cal's banter going back and forth.
Oh yeah, God, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I like Regine. I like Regine because
Regine was good.
She was hood bougie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sinclair was my least favorite because I felt that sometimes as the seasons continue, she became more goofy for no reason. And I was like, she don't even know how to open up doors now. You know, it was getting to that point, you know. But other than that, man, Living Single is a good show, man. Real good show.
Rita said she had a crush on Overton. I like Overton. Overton was funny, yo.
Yeah, the crush on Overton. Okay.
Overton was good, yo.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of good. I mean, they have a lot of good suggestions in the chat. You know what I'm saying? They said maybe we need to go by decades.
Damn, somebody just Saved by the Bell. Fuck. That was the show, yo. I grew up on Saved by the Bell. Grew up on that show. And I had the biggest crush on motherfucking Kelly. I ain't gonna front, yo. I had a big crush on. Well, I had a crush on all of them, but Kelly Kapowski was the one I wanted, though. What about y'all? Did y'all watch Saved by the Bell?
You watch Saved by the Bell?
Oh, I watched a whole lot of Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell was like one of my favorite shows. So I've seen every episode. I watched the made-for-TV movie. I done watched documentaries. You name it. I've watched everything about Saved by the Bell.
I even watched the college years, which is garbage.
Yeah, I definitely watched the college years with my boy.
Unpopular opinion, yo. I didn't really like Saved by the Bell growing up, yo.
Really? it was right there on Saturday morning. It
Yeah,
had
I
one
know.
of the
I used
best.
to watch it, but I mean, like,
I
for
mean, look,
nostalgia, it didn't do nothing for me.
it had one of the best cartoon intros of all time. I mean, intros. I mean, whatever,
Yeah,
but it's
it's
great.
all
Let's say by
right.
the bell,
Just
man.
say
I had
about
a
it.
crush
Yeah,
on
I know.
all of them. Jesse, Lisa, Kelly, but I was down for Kelly though. But yeah, man, shout out, to Dustin Diamond. Unfortunately, he passed away, but everybody else, man, is still here and still looks great, still look the same. They actually got a show on Peacock that was only out for like a season though. But
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that was
But I
good.
will say this though. There is one show somebody brought up, and I typed in some shows that people brought up, and I know Corey, you haven't watched it, but I would say the channel right now I think got the game on lock is FX show.
Yeah, for
From
sure.
Snowfall. Snowfall is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It follows the crack era from the 80s, how I got to LA and how they
great
parlay
show.
that to making money.
I saw
And CIA.
Snowfall.
I know you saw it, but I'm pretty sure people may not have seen Snowfall. Snowfall's great. But somebody brought up Sons of Anarchy, yo.
Yeah,
Sons of
definitely
Anarchy
dope
was a
show.
good show. It jumped the shark a couple times, but overall, it was a great show. I loved it.
Yeah, when they
FX had a
killed
whole bunch of fire shows.
when they
What
killed,
do y'all think about The Walking
no, wait,
Dead
wait,
making,
one
not
second,
making a cut?
man, 1 second.
No,
When they
I
killed
gotta pick up
Opie,
this
when they,
Friday mic.
yo,
Yeah.
yeah. If I'm over it, but when they killed Opie, yo, I shed a tear, yo. I can't lie. Like, motherfucker, they whipped his ass. And I ain't to lie, yo. I was like, I felt so fucking bad. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, stop this shit. Turn the motherfucking TV, like, motherfucking turn the camera off.
Corey, that was probably, I've looked at a lot of lists on Instagram where people talk about the worst TV deaths in history. I went Alio. Opie in Sons of Anarchy was the worst death I ever seen because he was helpless, yo. He couldn't do, he fought for his life.
That shit was trash.
horrible,
Yeah, that shit was trash.
Oh man,
Oh, my
I
God.
thought y'all were going to say when they killed my man on The Walking Dead, Glenn.
Glenn. Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about The Walking Dead, yo. Ollie's favorite TV show, yo.
Yeah, Dark. What do y'all
so-
think about The Walking Dead not even making it in the top 50?
It shouldn't. And that's somebody
Really?
who's watched it all, yo. Yo, that shit. After the motherfucking, for real, even when they killed Glenn, like that was the season opener that season. Like that season was bad too. Like that shit jumped the shot early. But I was like zombies, so I kept watching. That shit was trash.
Yeah, I mean,
that shit was
watched all
boring
of
as fuck, yo. They just went to a joint. You knew it was gonna settle. It was gonna get overrun. We go to the next place. It's gonna get settled, overrun. We go to the next place. Like the shit was trash.
Became repetitive.
After like the third season,
can't argue with
it was
that.
trash. But I just like zombies, so I kept watching.
Did you watch it all the way to the end? Oh, I know you be jumping off.
Yeah,
shit.
no, I watched it all. Actually, since it's zombies, I watched everything zombie related. I watched it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Like when it went to the
I agree with Ali. I mean, I
Star
begrudgingly
Troopers.
watched it because I was already invested. I was 10 years in. There was some episodes or some seasons. I like the season with the Skinwalker where they put this with Alpha and Beta. I thought that was a cool season, but it really didn't do nothing for me, yo.
Yeah. Shout out to Hooper, man. Hooper just joined. Appreciate you joining, brother. You put a good one on the list of your top ones: Lost, Breaking Bad, The Wire, Buffy. Okay. Angel, Fringe, Mad Men, and The Simpsons. You definitely got one on this list that I'm sure everybody can agree with. A lot of people watch Lost. Lost did make the list, but it did not make the top 10. Lost is at number 35 of all time. I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching Lost actually this year. I actually started watching Lost, and I'm halfway through the first season. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. It was good. I didn't like the ending again.
Oh, see, I didn't see. I haven't gotten that far yet.
But it's a good show. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people put a lot of good stuff in here, yo.
Yeah, The Simpsons is on here. I don't think The Simpsons even made the top 50.
The Simpsons should be in the top 10.
Yeah, The Simpsons is not on here at all, which is crazy.
I'm shitting on
that's
this.
bad.
I shit on all this list after that.
Yeah. So let y'all know, this is not our list. This is an aggregated list of everything from IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, critic score, like meter. It's like 10 different film companies that rate films and TV shows, and they've combined their score to make this list. So this is not our list. And because honestly, the list that you guys provided and the stuff that we talk about sounds like a way better list than what they have.
All right, so I know we're about to wrap it up. I know we're getting long, but I have a question for both of y'all before we go. And this is, it don't have to be in the order. It can be spitball. It can change tomorrow if you want. Give me 5 shows right now that you would say watch. Any genre like that you watch, like 5 shows like on your radar now, in the radar in the past, or something that you would recommend people watching.
Wow, 5, damn. Well, I definitely would say Golden Girls up there for me. I was damn, see, I hate to say it. I love Saved by the Bell. I was a big fan of Saved by the Bell. These are just my favorites. I was a big fan of Saved by the Bell. I would definitely say Game of Thrones. A lot of my stuff is coming from the 90s, man, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm trying to think of another show. And Stranger Things and The Mandalorian are combined for me, but that's me because I'm a sci-fi guy, you know. So yeah.
What about you, O?
I'm not gonna really talk about old shit. I'll say this as far as watching shows. Like right now, I'm watching the new season of True Detective, season 4, which is right now. First 2 episodes have been fire. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a good bounce back for that show. Another great show, I think it comes on Apple, is Severance. Severance is motherfucking
big head dude.
Super fire. You know what I mean? Yeah, super fire. I'm trying to think what else I'm watching like current. It's a show, Fargo. Right now is good. You mentioned it. Fargo's good. So I'm on that. I just watched this documentary on Netflix. Y'all should watch it too, American Nightmare.
I just finished that.
That's just crazy.
That's really good. I finished it 2 days ago. Keep watching, yo. It's crazy. It's so good.
Yeah, well, if I do I just throw one old joint just in there, just because like I said, I fuck with it really hard, is Mad Men. If you never seen Mad Men, you should watch Mad Men. It's about an ad agency back in like the 60s to 70s to the 80s. It's stupendous, great, super califragilisticexpialidocious. Like, for real, the show is fire. So if you get a chance, if you've never seen it, definitely go back and watch it.
Okay. That's what's up. What about you, Phoenix?
And Banshee. I'm rewatching.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
My bad. I'm rewatching Banshee right now, too.
Ollie. You my dog, yo.
Yeah, I'm in the midst. I'm in the midst. I'm on almost finished season 1, about to go to season 2.
Banshee is one of the best shows that nobody talks about, yo, because it was on Cinemax for a while. Nobody fought. Just like Warrior. Warrior was on Cinemax before it moved over to HBO. Banshee is good, yo. No, like it's just one, you gotta watch it, yo. I recommend that too. So my favorite show of all time is Martin. Know what I'm saying? I say Martin up to season 5, episode 15. After episode 15, I don't care. But Martin is one of my favorite shows ever. So if you never watch it, watch it. But there's a show on FX that's one of my top 10 shows. I told you, FX has a lot of great shows. The Americans. The Americans is about like this family who were spies in the United States. They were Russian spies assimilating in Fairfax, Virginia, and getting all the espionage. It was a great, great show. Snowfall. Snowfall is one of the best shows ever written. Like I said it before. You gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Ollie said Fargo. Fargo is one of the best shows out right now. John Hamm kills it. I can't think of the other lady that's in it. But Jennifer Jason Leigh, we've seen her before. She's in it. Succession. I'm always going to bang the drum for Succession. You know? I think everybody in their life should watch Succession. It can make it. I think has a cultural impact on people because of what's going on in our politics in the United States.
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
And then you kind of see how it is.
And my bad. Can I just jump in real quick? If you watch, if people have already watched Succession and you liked it, you'll watch Industry, Industry is fire too.
Industry's good. I don't know if it's going to last though, because HBO been getting on that bullshit lately.
Yeah, they have been, but there's 2 fire ass seasons of Industry, So if you like Succession, I think you'll definitely like Industry. My bad. Go ahead, if
you're looking for a comedy, I recommend let's see, Reservation Dogs on FX is really good, and What We Do in the Shadows is criminally underrated, yo. Funny ass show, yo.
It is.
So yeah, it missed a lot of great. I mean, we live in the age of content. I know there's a lot of content out there. People have their favorite things to watch. There's so many things to watch. It's just we don't have enough in our lifetime to watch everything, yo. But
yeah, somebody just put in the chat about The Last of Us, Angie Lossner. I love The Last of Us. I really do. Great. I love The Last of Us. I don't know about these guys, but I really love The Last of Us, and I'm glad they got some nomination this year. They should have got more because that show is fucking fantastic, and it was the best video game to real life adaptation that I've ever seen. And so yeah, I fucks with The Last of Us, definitely.
But you know what's my theory on kids and movies, yo? I mean, kids and TV shows, yo.
You don't like kids.
I did not like her. The girl's a great actress, but she was an asshole through the whole thing. Somebody brought back Nip Tuck. You ever watch Nip Tuck back in the day?
I watched Nip Tuck. Yeah, I watched it.
I love Nip Tuck, yo. I remember. You remember the episode when the son circumcised himself, yo?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he wanted to have sex. I mean, he was like, "Worried about yo." Nip Tuck was crazy.
Talk about Nip Tuck.
Yeah, Nip Tuck was crazy. I used to watch Nip Tuck.
Well,
was
man,
it
this
was
has
funny.
been great, man. We got to the point where we kind of going to wrap it up. We've got to the top 10. You guys have made one hell of a list here in the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with us and all this. I think we're going to get to a point where you're right. We probably have to break this out with some comedies and dramas, sitcoms, TV shows, cartoons, or whatever, because there's so much out there, especially from the 80s and 90s that just got missed off this list. But there's some good ones on this list too. But thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate it. And, we got about 35 of you guys in here right now. Please hit that like button so we can go further up in the rankings on YouTube so they can find us. And we really do appreciate you guys coming joining us. We're going to keep this up, man, and continue to come and do these lives so we can vibe with you guys and chill and all that. Phoenix, you got anything you else want to say before we roll out?
Yeah, thank y'all for supporting the channel. Definitely check out our music reviews and comedy reviews. We just like talking. Like, we've been lifelong friends, man. We've been friends me and Ali have been friends since 90.
Yeah, y'all been friends.
And then all three of us been together since 95.
Right.
And all the stuff that we do, like, we've always done stuff over the years with each other. And I think for us to engage with people like this, I love how people in the chat are just telling us what shows. It just shows the diversity and what people watch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gave us some shows I'm going to go watch. I hope we gave y'all some shows that y'all can go watch too. And, just be safe out there. If you want to stop spending money, just stop binge watching stuff, yo. You know what I'm saying? So it's expensive out here.
Yeah, man. There you go. Ali, man, you want to say anything to people before you roll out of here?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for everybody to stop by. Yeah, I know you could be doing a lot of other shit. So, spending some time with us is greatly appreciated. Thanks for all the suggestions. I am going to go back through this chat, see what I haven't seen, and get on it, So there it is.
Definitely, man. Same here. Thank you guys so much, yo. We about to be out of here. Thank you guys so much. As always, don't forget to like this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel or share this video to other people. You guys have been awesome. This has been so much fun. Thank you guys. And we're out of here. Peace.
Yep.
There's some really good stuff on this list. I got to go back and watch.
Somebody, Angie said,
get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this